Hi everyone, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto, and today I'm going to be showing you 10 bargain SNES games that are available at CEX right now.
Well, you know about Retro Ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo, I'm a veteran at this, not pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto, come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples Settle, lock into the Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so I promised I would do this video coming off the back of my How Much Is My Collection Worth at CEX video, where we looked at my SNES collection and how much CEX would give me both in trade and cash for that. If for whatever reason you haven't checked that out, please do. I've had a lot of positive response to that, and it was something I really enjoyed putting together. But as I was going through that video and pricing things up, I noticed quite a few anomalies. Quite a few games that I thought were overpriced at CEX, unsurprisingly. They do run a business. But I also found quite a few that I thought were underpriced. So I've started comparing them against eBay sold listings, and I've found you 10 bargains that are well worth getting saved on your CEX searches. So what you can do is on the app, you can go straight into it and you can get a notified by your email. So if they're not currently in stock, you'll get an email when they are. Or if they're in stock, grab it now and buy it before CEX puts the prices up. Because I've got an example of that to show you at the end of this video, and how quickly things can change on their pricing. As we know, it's sort of a live marketplace, so yeah, be quick. Right, so what I want to do is get straight into this. Just before we start, obviously what I want to say is, as with all retro video game collectors, a lot of things in terms of value, both on eBay and other sources, will be dependent upon condition. Obviously with CEX, it's somewhat of a lottery. Today we're going to be talking purely about box games. They could turn up without a manual, they could turn up in a hell of a state. Personally, I won't worry about it because you've got the option to take it back. So we're just going to take it as decent condition, complete in box, and that's how we're going to look at it today. It's worth taking the gamble, as I say. I personally have never really been stung too much by CEX. I know it can happen, but as I say, you can just take it back. I know currently the stores are shut, but you can send it back via post and they'll refund you. So it's well worth doing. So right, the first one I wanted to show you guys is ActRaiser. I mean, the other thing I should probably say is I've tried to pick good games as well. I didn't just want to pick some shelf fillers that no one's really going to want to play. Not everybody is a mental case like me and buys any old SNES game they don't already have. So I'm trying to get games that, you know, are decent and worth playing as well as anything else. So the first one, as I say, is ActRaiser. Now, looking at eBay, I think the latest copy of this sold for £133. So it can sell anywhere in and around that price, complete in box. CEX are currently selling this for £60. So, personally, I think that's a bargain if you can get it at that price. I haven't checked if all of these games are in stock. So as I say, hit that notify me via email tab on the CEX app, and as soon as it comes in, be quick, and I've bought many games that way. But yeah, if you can get that for £60, I think you're doing well. The next one I want to show you is Goof Troop. Now, there's not massive saving on this one because it's not an overly expensive game, but it's definitely worth picking up if you can, because CEX sell this for £20. eBay, you're looking at somewhere 28, 35, around that margin, and again, it's a good game. So if you don't own it, you'll do well to find it for cheaper than £20 that CEX are charging for it. Next one, Rock and Roll Racing. Brilliant game. One of the first games, one of the only ones I'm aware of actually, on the Super Nintendo that features actual licensed music. Brilliant soundtrack, really good fun, this one. I think I picked this up at Doncaster Retro Gaming, and I think I got this for, I think, about £45, which was very cheap. But CEX are selling this one for £35. I've looked on eBay, and you're looking at about 60 quid plus for a decent complete in box copy. Okay, this next one, I've never been quite sure how to pronounce it. Some people say Alest, some people say Alest. I've always been Alest, so I'm going with Super Alest. But yeah, good game, this one, good shmup. And again, I remember buying this in stages, piecing it together. I think I bought a box only and then a manual and a cart, etc. And I think I put it all together for about 50 quid, which I was happy with. Looking at eBay, you're going to be paying roughly 60 plus for this, 60, £65, £70 depending on condition. And CEX are currently selling Super Alest or Alest for £42. So again, in my opinion, it's well worth it if you can get it. Another shmup, or a cute 'em up, whatever you want to call it, Pop and Twin B. This is selling on eBay currently for anywhere from £55 to £65, dependent upon condition. I mean, it's a Konami game. Enough said, right? They couldn't do much wrong in that era. CEX are selling this for £35. If you see this for £35, you buy it. Bomberman 2. Great game. I actually got this for an absolute bargain. I mean, the chances of it happening are very slim. Probably about 2 years ago now, this was listed, and it was like an all best offer, and I made a cheeky bid of like 20 quid or 25 quid, and they accepted it to my, amazement. It's in great condition as well. Chances of that happening again are slim, so yeah. But this is currently selling on eBay for 50-ish, somewhere around the £50 mark, and CEX are selling it for £25. The reason it came to my attention was when I was pricing my games up with CEX, this and the original Bomberman were very, very similar in their pricings with them. But I believe this one is actually more valuable. I think Bomberman 2 is widely regarded as the better game in the trio, whereas 3 is expensive because of its rarity. I think this is the one to play. So yeah, Bomberman 2, 25 quid. Again, buy it. This next one's not got a massive saving. I've recently picked this one up myself. I got this from Game Shack on a recent video I did where I went to their store and had a look around. And that's Super R-Type. Now they're selling this for £30, which is a good price. But what I would say is if you look on eBay, it's going for like 35, 40. But this game is on the increase. I've noticed it's steadily rising in value, so it might be a good time to purchase it now. I wanted to get it on this list. If you can find this at £30 in your local CEX or on their website, my advice is to get it. Okay, and the game that needs no introduction, A Link to the Past. I've always thought this was cheap. I've seen this in store a couple of times and I've been surprised at how much they're selling it for. This is currently going on eBay from anywhere from like 90 to 120, depending on condition, map, instructions, etc, etc. CEX sell this for £55, which astounds me because it's been that way for quite a while. And it's not just like an under-the-radar game. I mean, whoever's in charge of the pricing at CEX should be well aware of this one. But yeah, £55. If you can get this and it comes complete in box, it's worth taking the gamble on that. I wish I got it for that price. Okay, this next one, again, it's a little bit of an interesting one. It might not be a huge saving, but you're going to do well to find it. And that's Soccer Kid. The examples I found on eBay were going approximately 55-ish, I think, somewhere around there. But again, this is a very uncommon game. It's more uncommon than it is valuable. CEX is selling it for 30 quid. If you see this for 30 quid, I'd snap it up. It's not a game you see that often. I got this from Vintage Gamer. I've done a tour of their shop as well, so check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, Soccer Kid, 30 quid. Not the best game you'll ever play, but it's a good one for the shelf, this one. And I say, I put it in here because you don't see it very often, so if you can get it for that price, do so. And the last game in the 10 I wanted to show you that I think are good value for money is Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. It's actually not a bad game to play. It's a nice one for the shelf as well, especially if you like basketball. And there was the recent Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix, which increased the price of a lot of different Michael Jordan paraphernalia. I'm what the Americans call a sneakerhead. I don't talk about it much on this channel, but I collect trainers. I've got a thing for shoes and trainers. And, a lot of the Jordans went up in value sort of overnight when those documentaries came out. This has stayed under the radar somewhat. CEX is selling this for £25. On eBay, complete, you're looking at 35 to 40. But yeah, it's definitely worth picking up this one if you can. Somewhat of a hidden gem. Okay, so that's the 10 games that I wanted to show you guys that I personally think are worth spending your hard-earned money on. And I think there are some examples that, CEX isn't this, this shit place that a lot of people online lead it to be. There's this sort of culture, isn't there, that, oh, CEX will give you nothing for it or they'll rip you off. But listen, CEX is a great store for us collectors if you know how to utilise it. Obviously, they've got to make money, but as I think I've proven today, there are some games that slip through the cracks. And if you know where to look, you can utilise CEX to your advantage, absolutely. This next game I wanted to highlight because this was going to be in the list. And this is just an example of how quickly things can change. Got it written down here. So, 3-4 days ago now, when I did the research for my previous video, as I before mentioned, how much CEX will give me for my SNES collection. Mega Man X. Now, they were giving £60 cash, £73 trading, and they're selling it for £105. Now, I said during the video, do not sell this game for £60 cash. So a few days later, I've just gone to clarify that because I was going to mention this game again in this video because, you know, if you could pick this game up for £105, I think you were doing well. However, in the space of a couple of days, this is now £123 cash, £142 trading, and they're selling it for £190. So their price has gone up £85 overnight. So it just shows you've got to be quick. So with the ones that I've before mentioned, if any of them are in stock, my advice is buy it because things can soon change. And I'm assuming that they have some sort of algorithm. I'm sure they must be looking at sold prices on eBay to come up with their pricing structure. So let this one be a lesson to you. These bargains won't stay around forever. So yeah, I really hope that this video has been good for you guys. If there's any other bargains that I haven't come across myself or I don't even own yet, please let me know in the comment section. You know, I'm just like all you collectors, I can't get enough myself. So let me know if there's any other bargains that you guys have come across, not just for SNES, but any consoles. Help other people out, read the comments, you know, hopefully you guys can bag yourselves a bargain. Equally, if you've managed to get one of these off this video, let me know. You know, it'd be much appreciated, and I hope that even if just one of you can, you know, add something to your collection for a good price, then, you know, it's been worth it. But again, I also wanted to do this because I feel like CEX gets a bad rep, but, you know, there are some good prices out there, so let's make a positive CEX video. As always, guys, I really appreciate you watching. I'm going to try and keep doing these bonus videos. As you guys know, I'm moving to a new place soon, and we're going to be setting up a new games room, so I'm currently packing up. The other side of this room looks like, well, it looks like a bomb's gone off, as my mum used to say. So I will be doing more bonus videos on Sundays featuring some different aspects of my collection as I'm boxing it away. So there's quite a few that I've got planned, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Hit the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. Keep it retro. Play your games. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Retro Ghetto.